Hey everybody, I just need a moment to set up on YouTube here so I can see myself. Give me just a second. There I am. See myself. Alright, let me turn the volume down so you don't have to hear me. Alright, thank you again, RJ. As you can see on the screen, I was watching him and he just finished. I was asked by several people before tonight to stream some Tour 6, so I tried to pick the best account for it, and we'll go ahead and get onto that screen here, and I'll walk you through where I'm at. Let's see, let's start by opening some of these. Sorry about the sound, but I guess I can turn it off in a minute. One started there. Alright, what kind of clubs do we have available tonight? I wish for Extra Mile and Guardian, and maybe I can buy an Apocalypse for 500 gold. I'll buy some if it's in there, but I doubt it. So let's see what we got. The Thorn! I like the Thorn. Okay, so here's my theory on gem spending for these clubs. Up until you get most of them maxed out and really don't need anything except the Epic, my general rule of thumb is to do this. If it's one that I like, for instance the Thorn, I'm going to buy 5 cards. And then stop there. That way I don't waste my gems. You know, if I just needed 6 or 7, I might go ahead and do it, but as a general rule, let's just do 5. As far as the common clubs, there's really never a reason to buy them unless you're just really close. They're so cheap, but you get so many of them in chests, so it's not really worth your time. Alright, so let me go into settings here and turn that music off, or sound effects, so you don't have to listen to that. Alright, we're going to go back to the home screen, and now I'm going to look over here on my other phone and see if I can check out the chat. Hey Freddy. Hey H, have you seen that movie yet, H? ATM. Boo. Was that boo or boom? Red page, number 4. ATM, we'll skip that one. Kenny Holland. Hey Catman, what's up? Just a little explanation on the cat. Yes, I do like cats, and I'd probably like them a lot more if my wife and kids didn't have so many of them, but every one of them is just a special, different personality and different habits, some good, some bad, and I'm not going to go through the list, but there's a lot of them. Let's see, Joe, what's up? I think I said I was going to call you Joe, but I prefer Joke. Hey Steve, what's going on, man? Scott Knox, thank you for being here, man. Hiya. ATM, wonder if anyone can stream Tour 5. ATM, I'm thinking that at least one of those 5 or 6 videos that I have on my stream should go through Tour 5 a little bit. Probably not going to go back to Tour 5 anytime soon, because I'm trying to max out Tour 6 so that I can move up to Expert 1. So sorry about that, but hey, it's probably a video there somewhere. RJ, what's up, man? Let's see, check out the shop cards. I already did it. I'm just scrolling down here, guys. Just give me a minute. The fun continues. Thank you, sir. Yeah, sorry about the sound effects, guys. Again, I didn't have them turned off on this one. You never said Burns? Burns? Not sure. Again, Joke, sup? When is J-Bone streaming? If I can get through all these text messages, or I'm sorry, the chat here, and get started, probably at about 9:15ish. Let's see. Yes, I'm the cat man, I guess. Let's see. ATM, you're trying to stay in Expert 1. Looks like I may go to Expert 2. Well, the only reason I would suggest you stay in Expert 1 is if you're trying to get to win a tournament in Pro. Expert 1, a lot of people at that level will go ahead and continue to play the Pro tournament because the wins are just so much higher, and unless you're up in 8, 9, and 10 tours, I would definitely stick to Pro. So go to Expert 2 if you want, but you're just making the tournament a little bit harder. 12 million already. Oh yeah, I'll explain that in just a minute here. I'll show you how to get to 12 million. Oh, okay. Thanks, ATM. You stay humorous. All right, Mark, it's 5 a.m. or no, 1:15 a.m. there. Sorry about that. Where are you, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean? No, I take it back. You're probably somewhere in Northern Europe. Tim, you didn't miss anything. I'm just reading through the chat here before I get started so I can stay caught up. ATM, rookie for you. Until you get that first, second, or third place, that's exactly where I'd stay. The UK. Okay, I was close. The Atlantic Ocean basically surrounds your country. I know you call it the channel on one side, but whatever. All right, so this account is called Mr. Snuggles. Why? You need to read a book, Columbus Day. And then, well, actually, you won't find out about Mr. Snuggles in Columbus Day, but that'll get you started. 4 books later, you'll meet Mr. Snuggles. All right, but yes, he is a cat. All right, so we have 12 million coins, but I've only earned 10 million. And J-Bone pointed out last night how you get that done is you basically just win the tournaments because it doesn't count your tournament winnings as part of your earnings. So I started this back in January, went through, 3 or 4 of the rookies, won a few of them. Then I decided to go pro at some point because it was just time to move on. Don't sandbag it. And now this was the last pro tournament that this one's going to play, and he only got 3rd, but that's okay. We're going to move on to Expert 1. So to do that, I had to come out of Tour 5 and complete Tour 6. So let me show you where we're at. I've been playing Tour 6 since Sunday on my other account like this one. I finished it up a couple days ago, and I just play Tour 6 on this one when I need a chest. So I'm at 421 out of 500. Never been in Tour 7, and 2 games into Tour 7, it will unlock Tour 8, but I don't want to do that until I'm ready to pay the $10 to get that chest. The reason why I want that chest is because there's going to be some good clubs in it. Not necessarily for the gold, because I don't have a gold issue, but if you do have a gold issue, you definitely want to buy that chest, because when it gets up to about here, you're getting 10 million coins in that chest. But anyway, we're going to stick to Tour 6. So let's go to clubs, and I'll explain myself here. Obviously the extra mile is the best thing I have for the distance holes. Thor's hammer is going to be great on a couple of them, but I can't tell which hole I'm going to get, so I'm not even going to put it in there. On the tournament, I'll definitely be using Thor's hammer or the rocket even on the par 3s in Expert because of the second tee issue. Then I have the big dog in because there's 2 holes in particular on Tour 6 that you just have to have the big dog. There's if you want to get on the green in 2 or near the green in 2, you've got to have the big dog. So I took the Guardian out, even though I wasn't unsuccessful with it. I just needed that big dog, and I can use the big dog pretty well to get where I'm going. I love the backbone. I've tried them all, but I always go back to the backbone because it's long enough, but it also has enough backspin. Saturn, not long enough. The Goliath, not enough backspin. I am evolving a little bit on the Goliath. Because the backspin's up to 47 now, I might start putting it in there because of the distance. But at the same time, I'm so familiar with how the backbone plays the wind that it would take a while to get used to. But the Goliath, if you put 4 backspin, aiming at the hole, and then adjust for the wind, you're going to be really close every time. All right, where are we at? Got the razor in. It's the shortest rough iron, except for the machete, but it's the shortest one I have. I would prefer to use the off-roader or even the Amazon, but as you know, I need ball guide, and with the off-roader, for the extra 5 or 10 yards that I'm going to get, the top spin is not that impressive, so it doesn't make up for that ball guide. The Amazon, it's usable around level 5, level 6, so it's only going to be in there for very special situations. So in other words, I'm not putting it in tonight. Malibu, good old Malibu. I'd love to have the Spitfire level 3 or 4. That's about the only time anything comes close to the Malibu, except for distance. Nothing else comes close to the Malibu for distance on level 7 except the Spitfire. And then again, the Spitfire after level 3 or 4, it gets enough ball guide to where you can get close but still have that distance. All right, let's talk about balls, RJ. All right, I'm gonna look through the chat again real quick to make sure no one had any questions. If I'm going too fast, J-Bone's on in 45 minutes, so I have to hurry. Hammerhead, really, RJ? All right, so I would suggest if you start a new account to use the basic ball for Tour 1. Then you should move on to the Marlin ball for Tour 2, and for Tour 3, even Tour 3. But at about Tour 4 and up, I hope you've saved up enough Titan and Katana balls, because that's when you're really going to start to need them to shave off. Instead of going for birdies, you start going for eagles. And instead of going for eagles, you actually have an albatross attempt because of the extra side spin and extra distance. That's my opinion. And about Tour 8 or 9, everyone's using the Kingmaker anyway. Then it's more of a situational. I'll put the Katana in if I don't need a lot of distance and I want to help with the wind. The Titan if I've got the wind behind me and I would like that extra distance. And of course, Kingmaker obviously is it takes care of most everything. The only time you don't want to use the Kingmaker over Titan is when the wind is behind you. All right, we good to go? We're going to start on Tour 6 here. Lisa, pay attention. I'm kidding. All right, let's find an opponent. RJ, why did you bring all these people in here? Man, I'm getting nervous. I might start talking like this. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I never hit this. While he does that, let me turn some music on. And don't worry, I'll keep it low. It's just when, if I shut up for a second, you'll still know I'm here. Yeah, Steve Taylor, I drink Mountain Dew. That's all I need. Glow stick. And for anyone that doesn't know, this is NCS music, but I'll think of the name of this group in just a second. You guys can blurt it out if you know. But this is not Fat Tuesday or Big Dogs. Who are these guys? See, now I'm going to think about it until I figure it out. Oh, you guys want me to hit now? All right, so Lisa, wins against me. I should use a Kingmaker here. Or a Katana. Let's go Katana. And in 8 seconds, I got to figure out what to do. All right, so total top spin, aim in the middle, adjust a little bit for the wind. not a lot of right curl, and then hit it down. What's NCS? Okay, NCS, the reason I keep bringing that up every time I stream is because it's free music on YouTube, and I can't get in trouble for playing. The heck is the name of this band? It's one of my favorites. Oh, you got some static? Crap. Mike is, yeah, it is. Okay, bear with me 1 second. I'm gonna blow on the mic. Let me know if it's getting better. Tim, I'll answer your question once I know you guys are hearing me. See, this is the problem, guys. With that wind. Woo! All we really do is clean here. Alright, so too much curl. Is it still staticky? Alright, so when I finish this hole, if I still have a bad connection, all I have to do is restart it, and it gets a lot better. RJ, it sounds better? Okay. Yeah, I'm not broadcasting on Wi-Fi because I just don't trust it to stay on. So we're just going to stay on data and complete this hour. Alright, so let me go back. I know I don't have to tell you guys how to putt, but never aim the guide too far past the hole. There's no reason, because that way if you hit a great shot in either direction, it's still going to roll in. I know it's not a Nintendo cartridge, but that's how you fixed it in the 80s, and it you know, it's just basically that's what you do. I want a rematch. Sorry, I can't now. Okay, so we won one. Alright, so we're at 11:09, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is we're at 439 out of 500. So, I don't know, I think 3 or 4 more games here, and we should be able to do it. I'm not so much worried about losing, because I'm used to winning 5 to 10 in a row. But I will tell you that the last 50 trophies, you start getting the group of people that they only have 50 trophies left too, and they get really competitive. Alright, so as you can see, a lot of people do this. I always go over unless the wind doesn't let me. Lisa, you watching? Okay. Full backspin. You don't have to take full backspin if the wind's in your face, but you just want to make sure you get right about there. Couldn't hurt to put a little bit of right curl just to make sure, in case you hit it great. Great in the other direction. This way is fine. Just want to stop the ball near the end. Doesn't have to be close. You got plenty of club. If any of you guys were coming on here to find out how to use the quarterback or the rock, on this account, they're so low, it'd be a very special situation on a tournament that I'd bring those out. Otherwise, I just stick with the extra mile. I'm doing this to show you guys how anyone can do it, not necessarily, oh, look what this club could do. No, let's just keep it basic and win, because at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. We want to win. Thank you, Lisa. So tell me about this Australian Shepherd you have, Lisa. Does it like to stand on cows? Do you guys have any cows? Mine doesn't do that. Alright, so on this shot with the big dog, I've easily done it with the Guardian, but there are other holes that I need to make sure I have this club for. Full backspin, full right spin, or about full right spin is how I like to approach it. You can also approach it from the other side, but you just want to, kind of aim it up just below the hole here. Maybe back up a little bit more. And then the adjustment on the big dog is not the same. You almost have to do it. You see how I moved it over one ring, 2 miles per hour? I'm going to go almost close, and then I got to hit quickly. There we go. And someone told me that when people say good luck right before you hit, they're trying to slow you down and mess you up. But, doesn't bother me. ATM, you pull that sniper out, and I'm going to beat you every third hole just because I'll reach and you won't. And it has nothing to do with how good the sniper is versus the dog. It has to do with how far the sniper will not go. Yeah, Michael, I agree. This is an albatrossable hole. But when you have the big dog, it's more like playing hand grenades. Just get it close. Mr. White, I just, the hammerhead, I've never really had a use for it. I'm sure it's better than the big dog after he gets up to 4 or 5. But, when you start using the big dog at level 1, when that's all you have, you kind of stay with it. Alright, so we'll both eagle, and let's see what kind of playoff hole we have. I don't think I will need the big dog for it, but I know in Tour 7, you don't bring a big dog to a Tour 7 shootout hole. Only when he's easy. RJ, I think about 25 times I beat the sniper. What are you saying? Were you talking about in general or against me? Yeah, and I'm sorry if I haven't said your name in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. We're just doing some Tour 6, closing it out, and hopefully we might see some type of tournament hole on here. I don't know. You can speak up if you say, hey, is that a tournament hole? Could be. Alright, I'm wiggling the screen. It's definitely not my turn, but he needs to move. Now, why do you hate this hole, James? It's easy. Alright, so with the backbone, there's just a little bit of things you need to know, or a couple of things, excuse me. It plays a little different than it normally does, but not that much. Alright, so we have 2.3 mile per hour wind. This is our landing zone up in this area, the first bounce. We're going to go 4 back spin, and then we'll go left and right until we're aiming at the hole. It's okay to tap it over just a little bit because the wind's pushing against it. And then when you adjust, you want to adjust it the 2.3 miles per hour, but then add just a little bit more. And I think it has to do with the elevation and the angle of the island. And you won't get a hole-in-one every time, but you might get close. So there we go. You should be between 2 and 3 almost every time. You want a rematch, sir? Nope? Okay. All right, ATM, simple answer to that. Thorn every time. Yeah, let me show you guys this. My goal this week on this account is to get promoted to an Expert 1. My goal is not to be number 1 and get the great chest, because that'll actually hurt me in the next tournament. This guy is going to have a very difficult time because his trophy count is 1,600. Even if he plays pro, he's going to have higher wins and steeper competition. I just want to be an Expert 1 and then play Expert. That's all I care about. Because this is what matters at the end of the day to me. These banners. These banners last forever. The trophies go up and down, the gold up and down, but the banners, they stay. And they're definitely going to give us different banners this time, with places 4th through 10th. And if they do it retroactively, that would change this to something special. And I would be able to take that blemish off his record. Poor guy finished 9th. One time. Don't remember what happened, but I'm sure it was just me not paying very close attention. Alright, enough of all that. So should I say that anytime someone says, "No, I'm right and you're wrong"? Oh, let me see your banner, sir. I'm kidding. I just do what works for me. You've got to do what works for you. They will work on changing your 4th through 10th banners. Yeah, there's a guy that works at Playdemic that's on the 19th hole. Maybe we should ask him. Okay, so this hole, Lisa, I always, and J-Bone, if you're on, I always do the rough shot. Why? Because, always. So I put a lot of side spin and one top spin, and then you see the blue bar, that's 6 miles an hour. I want to come back to where it's at least 8, because the last thing I want it to do is hop across. And I could put some curl. Go ahead. I worry about the curl because if I had hit it great, it would have curled it right onto the fairway. Yeah, see, the one forward works most of the time. If you do no top spin, it's usually short. So, but if you hit a little bit further back, that one top spin usually plops it right onto the green. Yeah, I don't particularly like this hole, but you know, you got to get around it. And something I really didn't do is I didn't turn the screen around so that 8.3 or 7.9, whatever it was directly behind me, so I could then make very certain that I didn't miss the rough, like this guy did. All right, this close to the green, you don't really play any wind. You just aim at the hit. I love Firefly. I've actually changed back to my main account. It's a level 5, or probably a level 5. It's hard to get the cards on it. But the top spin on it just takes away all the guessing. If I get a little further back, I'll show you. Is this a tournament hole? Maybe. I didn't print out the list yet, RJ. I'm sorry. I usually take notes on Sunday. Thank you, H. Bye, Red. Catch you soon. Keep that big dog in your bag. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I think a couple of other people said this is a tournament hole. My guess is that the wind is going to be more of a crosswind to trick people. But as long as you turn the screen to where the wind's behind you, you can always do it. Just bump and run. And I'll give full credit. The bump and run off the rough is something I learned from Tommy. From very early on watching him. That's how he likes to approach a lot of these. Thor's hammer on this hole, I think it's too short. Now, the backspin's there, but it's still too short. Alright, so we're at 475. We're on track to finish by 9:15. Steve, did you not know that? You're kidding me, right? Alright, so I think I'm going to keep the katana ball in just because I want to keep the wind down. I could put a kingmaker in. It'd really be a waste of money. Turn the screen. And first we want to aim the ball. It is aimed at the center. There's no reason for top spin because if I mess up, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to go in the rough. So, it's not moving. Right out there. So it would be okay if I add something to it. Don't like to do this. Hit it great, but I should be okay. Ooh, that was close. Go over there. If I had top spin on, where would I be? Anybody? Anybody? Yeah. Alright, Greg, well, I'll see you later. Why don't you stream some routine for me? I'd like some of those lessons. How's the sound? Is it okay? Breaking up again? Alright, we're going to blow on the microphone. This Nintendo 2600 I have here. Got to open up the pipes. It goes in and out. It might be my signal. I was just trying to scare it away. Yeah, I'm looking down at my signal strength, and on one phone it's at like 1 bar. My other phone has 3 bars. So I had probably the wrong place. So I do apologize if you guys are losing me. Alright, so this one I always approach with full backspin, full right spin, and then just adjust for the wind. Again, it's the big dog, so I don't take the full regular route there. I just back off a little bit. Big dog's more of a feel your way home. Yeah, see, I was short. And I still have an Atari 2600. Nice. Actually, it's the retro one, but close enough. Yeah, if any of you guys have seen the Nintendo game, the original one, that's for sale for about 30 or 40 bucks with 500 games on it. That was Dr. Mario and 499 Japanese games. So if you like Dr. Mario, get it. Not take it back. It does have Karate Champ. David, funny you should mention has anyone with this hole. Let's see if I can scroll back here. Steve, would you like to handle that one? It's still static. Now this mic really well, sir. I think it's my signal strength. I'm probably losing the signal. Somebody has turned on a microwave or Too many people are on the cell right now, one or the other. Hi, Carmen. Alright guys, when I finish this hole, I'm going to reboot it. Maybe I'll move to the other side of the parking line. So I do apologize, but it just takes a minute to restart. I know that has nothing to do with it, but it does help sometimes. RJ with the kids off the PlayStation, that's probably what it is. I don't know if you're hearing me, but you put the dog right there. Pull back for a curl. Tilt it. This one you want to play almost regular wind. Well, not quite full curl. And it usually curls around pretty close. Didn't pick up that wind. Yeah, Steve, I'm gonna stop one. Well, if nothing else, I hope you guys can see okay. If you can see fine but can't hear fine, just turn me off and turn the radio on. Or, you know, turn the sound off. Alright, let's go on the rematch. That's awesome. Can anyone hear that I'm now driving my car? I've got to find a better signal. Don't tell anyone. Oh, is it my turn? No. Okay, good. Alright, let's try this again. Is the signal any better now? Turn the volume down just a little bit. Does that help? No, okay, well, I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't have let this guy re-challenge me. Guys, I can hear you fine because you're typing. So, Lisa, you just put it down the middle here, but make sure you go far enough to go around the corner. Your video was awesome. Mike is junk. This is a 2-month-old iPad. It's not the mic, it's probably the connection, because when I reconnected last time, it fixed everything. So, thanks, RJ. Ooh, good shot. I don't suggest you go that way, because I've seen so many people mess up. Alright, so I like to use the backbone, amazingly enough, full backspin, full curl, and then aim at the hole. It's going to be tough with this wind, because I'm going to have to overpower slightly. You want to go just a little bit more than the 3.8. We're going to go 4, and then overpower by about that much. We hit it great, but we'll still be close. Yeah, see, I didn't quite hit it hard enough. It's a lot less risky if you full back spin, full right curl. It actually helps straighten it out a little bit. Yeah, I actually do have a pair of headphones with the mic on it, but they're about 100 miles to the east of me. So, again, I do apologize, guys. I do show a lot more bars now. It's amazing how I'm moving. Alright, this one can be a little tricky with the big dog, but guess what I'm going to do? Full backspin, full curl, because it straightens it out. And then you want the ball to gently get onto the fringe right there. A little worried about the wind though, so we're just going to take a little extra. And a baby curl. And don't hit it great. No, it should be okay. Oh, and I got the weird bounce. Darn it. If anybody can hear me, I did not do that on purpose. Yes, Bill, the lip. I'm playing with the volume. Maybe it'll help. Oh, he hit the same lip. Oh, unlucky. Uh-oh, something just happened. Alright guys, well it sucks that you can't hear me very well, but here we are. We got the Star Spangled Banner. And we're moving on to Expert 1. All I have to do now is just play Tour 6, 2 or 3 games a day, and I should be on Expert 1, and then I can play the tournament. Well, since I finished so early, I would love to play you guys some friendlies, but here's the problem with that. You can't hear me! Can anybody hear me? Hello? Hello? Crap. Alright. I'm going to type now. Alright, well if anyone can hear this, I will try again next time, and I will make sure that I'm either on Wi-Fi or really, really good bars. Sorry about that. See you guys soon.